Let's take a look at some video and give you a better idea as to why the Jets' problems are not going to go away anytime soon. So, as you can see, it's 3rd and 3 on the 31-yard line. They're on the KC 31 first quarter. Let's take a look at this play they're going to run. Jets come out a lot of trips looks, so they have this play. You're going to see the trips right. You're going to send a man in motion, just kind of get a look at the defense. And we're going to have 3 eligible receivers on the left. And Sam's going to run a play. Going to take a look. Not quite sure exactly who he's targeting this one. Let's go back. Again, there's a couple of flags, but we want to take a look and just see, now that we understand what the play was, you have 1 man deep, 1 man in, 1 man out from the backfield. So one thing that you notice is that Sam is looking down. As you can see, the linebacker has a choice to make the man going inside and man going outside. It's frozen up by the man going inside. So that's probably the key for this play, the read key. You can see on the between the hash and the sideline on the left, you have your corner and your linebacker. Corner is going with the first man who came through deep, and he made the decision. We'll let it play. He makes a decision to let the man on the inside go. So we have running back on the outside. Totally has an opportunity to be wide open, but Sam misses the read on that one. We'll take a look again. When we take a look, see where his eyes are looking. When we get the next look from the face on, gets the snap. He's just looking right the whole way. Not sure what he sees that makes him think that that's not the play he should be going with in terms of picking up the man on the out of the backfield. Except if you're looking, and it looks as though, as always, he's looking at our players. He's not looking at the defense. Based on his knowledge of what the play is supposed to break out, you got to watch your keys to see how they react. Right there, the man breaks in, linebacker just taps him. He's not moving, then your man on the left's going to be wide open. You have to make that throw. So I think one thing that we're going to see is that Sam's understanding of what the play is supposed to do. I'm wondering how solid he is, especially making that throw when you have a wide open man. You're looking at your defense that you're facing, and you just make that throw. So let's take a look at another play. Okay, so here's another series. Second quarter, 8:27, 1st and 10. What we're going to see here is it's just going to demonstrate again Sam's got to be willing to trust himself a bit more and just get the ball out when the time is right. So you're going to line up here. This is going to be, we'll let the play run through just so you get an idea of what's going to happen. It's the fake sweep, toss, and then he rolls out, runs out of bounds, picks up a couple yards. Let's take a look at that again. All right. So we're going to see we have Griffin coming out, but you see Mims about the 40-yard line has an opportunity. He's got to step on his defender. Let's find Mims. The play. He's starting out on the right end. He does a step inside and comes back out. Has his man beat. Sam doesn't pull the trigger on it. That's the play design. Sweep at the top of your, right there. He's got to step on his man. He's got to release and throw his man open. He doesn't pull the trigger on that one. Picks up a couple of yards. Leaves a lot on the table. Watch from the back end here. Mims on the right. He's going to cut in on the fake toss and then go back out to the outside. He's got to step on his man. You got to throw that ball. You just got to give him a chance to at least just either get it or miss it. So some of these opportunities, he's just got to trust himself. Sam's got to trust himself and just let it go and stop looking. He's looking at the defenders, not looking at his guy. You'll notice that's an issue. He's going to roll. He's looking at his guy. Don't look at the other guys. Look at your guy and find that spot. Here's another play that goes back to Sam recently saying a few weeks back. He basically just runs the plays. He runs the plays. They don't have audibles. They'll give him that opportunity, that ability to call the audible. And they made the comment that audibles are built into the plays. I don't quite understand what that means, but sometimes you have to give your quarterback the opportunity to change a play at the line when he's going to go into disaster. And I think that might be something we see here. All right, so this 3rd and 3, need 3 yards. See the play? We have we got Hernan in motion, but he's marking H back here to block. So obviously it's going to be a run play. They're loading 8 guys in the box here. So 8 guys in the box, you need 3 yards, 3rd and 3. Let's take a look at that again. Okay, you see they get the linebacker on the right walking down there. You got like 8 in the box right there. So you have single guys on each side on the ends. You're basically walking your guy in to a certain situation where he's going to deal with 8 in the box and they're challenging you. So what you'd love to see from this situation is just Sam calling off the play. Maybe he keeps pairing. Yeah, we have 8 guys in the box. Got single guys and a single high safety. Got guys on the outside. Got pair in the backfield. Keep pairing, and maybe he calls that off instead of having run into a certain whole wall of red. Maybe take a shot when the guys on either side. You just you change the play. Keep pairing in. You send your guys along on the outsides, and then you see which side the safety picks. You go to the other side. You got to give Sam the opportunity to make these sorts of plays because we just have him run a play where he got 8 in the box. I don't understand what the wisdom is in just letting him run a play like that. That's, the probability of success is pretty low. So the offensive line's a little frustrated there because just running this play into certain doom. Got that? Yeah. You got the linebacker walking right in there. Got 8 in the box. You have to give your quarterback an opportunity to have some success there. Looks like it's 6-10 in the second quarter. This is where the offense goes back to being one-dimensional, where they're going to go ahead and just have, single option plays, single read receivers on the passing plays, just keep things simple, not have things too complex. They want to make sure Sam can kind of get the ball where it needs to go, and they're going to take away a lot of his decisions. You're going to notice that in the next play and going forward in the game, you're going to have a lot of the receivers really just kind of go through the motions. They're just running the routes to get their guys, clear them out of the zones. They're not actually looking to catch the ball. They understand it's going to go. Basically, the play is preset to this primary receiver, and it's going to go to that guy no matter what. And you're going to start seeing that. It's going to Barrios there in the slot on the right side. Let's go check that out again. Barrios in the right. He's just swung his arm back there in the right slot. You have 3 guys on the left. You have a single one, and they kind of run through the motions. They're not really looking for the ball. So a lot of what we're going to see from here on out from the receivers is just sort of going through the motions. There's going to be a couple of plays where it's going to be really clear that they just have lost interest and their numbers are not called. They're not going to make a great effort to just even kind of disguise the fact that they're not getting the ball. We have 3:37 in the second quarter, 3rd and 9. Okay, we're going to see a play here. We have I've never played quarterback. I have a noodle arm, but you have to let the play develop sometime. You're going to have trips left coming up here. Jets are going to have an opportunity to get a big play here. But again, it's a matter of being able to understand what the defense gives you. So we have the trips left. So we have the backfield. Snap the ball. Okay, so it's 3rd and 9, and we're going to get in the red zone. So I don't know if you want to start your best opportunities to just have that pass that's going to be behind the line of scrimmage, and that's what we do starting out here. Try and get your receiver out in the back, single out in the backfield out there on the flat. But let's take a look at how this looks when we have our guys. The trips left, breaking out. Okay, at the top, at the 20-yard line between the hashes, I think it's Mims. He's singled up with the safety. He's trying to make a decision. He's out of position. Well, that's a little bit back too far there. We got to start over again here. It's back too far. That's after Sam threw the ball. But we want to kind of see this play develop. There's an opportunity in the middle of the field between the 20 and the right hash. There's a lot of real estate. And you got to challenge yourself, and you got to get that ball out there in that part of the field where there's an opportunity where you have your trips here. There's no one in the center field. You watch the high safety. He's leaning to the left side anyway. Take a shot. Get out to the right. Give your guy an opportunity. Give Mims an opportunity to pick up some yards. And boom, makes that cut. He's wide open. Granted, the safety could have hung in there. That was he made the move right when Sam was releasing the ball. But again, you have to go with your odds. You have Mims. He's going against the guy who's going to beat in his guy who's man on him. Take a shot. One last time for this high ankle. Boom. Okay. Prefer to read high to see what your high guy's going to do, where he's going to stay, where he's leaning, is he moving, is he standing still, and then take a shot. It's safe going underneath, but it just to me is just wondering, Sam really aware of what's going on in terms of his preparation. Takes a quick look at the cross, and to his credit, they ran a mesh concept. We have the receivers crossing, which they didn't do a whole lot of earlier in the season, but it was sort of useless since he went ahead and just went to the release man underneath anyway. I think the mesh concept was to give him an opportunity to hit one of those guys, but it opened up Mims on the cross, which we didn't get. So another missed opportunity. Going for a field goal here, just want to take a look at Griffin on the right. Okay, sticks that leg out. The guy jumps over the leg. He blocks out, which my coach always told us you block in first. I was not familiar with this blocking out and sticking your leg out technique, but apparently our special teams coach is fine with that. On the right side, Griffin leans out, sticks his leg out, lets the guy hurdle him. And this is important. I'm not just showing this for no reason. This is important for later on, okay? There will be quiz. And the quiz is coming up shortly. Okay, so Chiefs get a touchdown, 21-9 Chiefs. Second quarter, 19 seconds left, 4th and 4. Jets got the ball back, got a penalty, and Sam scrambled. Next play, it was an incomplete pass, I believe, overthrow. So now it's 4th and 4. Going for a field goal, ball's on 44. And with the new kicker, he's got a leg, so, go for it, of course. So this is where the last field goal... Nope, that's not it. Well, let's watch this play anyway. Okay, we got the trips right concept yet again. Nice. Let's take a look at that. Let's watch this live. I haven't watched this one before. So we got trips right concept. Barrios the primary guy because he's the only guy who's facing around, so you got an opportunity to take out and then turn back around and get the ball in. So, again, this is another concept where it looks like there's only one receiver who's a real option here. That's Barrios. No one's even trying to see that. Mims didn't even turn around to look for the ball. Again, it's just have to simplify this a little bit for Sam. Looks like still after all this time he's having a hard time with a lot of the offensive schemes and a lot of the processing, which, I mean, for the guy who came out of college and we knew he was going to be a project, and it didn't help him that he was forced out there quickly and didn't have a lot of consistency in offensive coordinators. But here's what we want to really watch. Look again, Griffin on 84 on the right side leans out and leaves that space. Guys are going to learn. This is a professional league. Guys are going to realize that if you always block out instead of in, which we've been trained since elementary school football, they're going to take advantage of that, and that's exactly what they've done. I need to go back and see if Griffin always blocks out first, but they gotta work on that for sure. That's a fundamental issue that's inexcusable. Check that out one more time. And leans out. I don't know if that's a new thing. Maybe that's a new technique, but it doesn't seem to work very well. Okay, 14:36, third quarter, 3rd and 6. Again, 3rd and 6, another third down behind the sticks, a little bit longer than we'd want to be behind the chains. So this play, you want to focus on the right side of the line. We have Mims outside, Barrios in the slot on the right side. And this is a product of the Chiefs on the field learning what your tendencies are and giving away too much in terms of what you're doing, your game plan, keeping it too simplistic leads to you could potentially have big problems on your offense. And this is what's going to happen here. Take a look. You have Mims on the right side, slot. You got Barrios next to him. And look at this effort from Mims. Just watch him initially. Look at the play. Focus on him. He's not getting the ball. It's going to bury us. I'll spoil it. But he just gives no effort whatsoever. It's just clear that he's out of the play. The Jets have repeatedly played where they're off the play. They just give a half-hearted effort. And the defense is going to pick up on that. So you got Mims coming out. He's not getting the ball. Just kind of shies away. The other guy keeps his eyes in the backfield, and he just comes out and he just cleans the clock for Barrios. And Barrios has got to figure out where he is and who he is at this point because he runs a decent route. It's clear, but you got to clear your guy out so that there's space over there. And everyone's just running these half-hearted routes that are acceptable to the coaching staff, and it gets this guy just killed over here. I mean, I can't blame Sam, but that's supposed to be cleared out. Um, I would look that off and realize that you also had the safety moving over there. But if Mims can drag them both out, if he's going to run a real route, they maybe have some space on that side. But it's a combination of things there, and I think it's just really what we're seeing with this Jets team being poorly coached, not prepared, and they put out performances like this and get their guys nearly killed. Okay, 12:50 in third quarter, 2nd and 8. Here's the play that you've seen before. It's going to be sort of a bootleg rollout with the pass. You got to keep your eyes open for just the windows are tight in the NFL. You have to understand that. Again, I never played quarterback, but I understand windows are tight at the next level. You have to take a shot when you have an opportunity for a guy and squeeze a ball and take a shot. Okay, so you see we have the bootleg roll out. 84 Griffin's wide open. He's open. The nearest defender, he's running into the back of the nearest defender. Sam's got to take a shot at that. Let's check that out again. Okay, boom. Right in the middle of the field. Let's go back again. You're right in the middle of the field there. You have Griffin. You got to take a shot and squeeze that in. This is not something that we see a lot of these. Sam will make passes on the run, but typically he's making passes guys who are between the hashes and the sideline. Typically he's really good at that. With this one squeezing it in, maybe he sees 51, doesn't want to throw it, doesn't feel like throw it past him. Maybe he doesn't want to loft it over because we have a guy pursuing in the backside on Griffin. But I would like to see these sorts of shots made once in a while just to get some confidence up in him. So see what happens is he just kind of does what he does and scrambles, gets a couple of yards. But, they left some yardage on the table there. And, again, the confidence of these guys in terms of the plays they can make and these opportunities, he's got to pull the trigger. Something going there. Boom, you got Griffin. He's got he's got some room. He's got a window there. He's got to take that window. Okay, very next play. Let's just run it. We're going to see there's another play where you watch the receivers. They're not going to give a whole lot of effort to turn around and look for the ball. They're not in the play. Barris is in the slot. It's going to roll up. So Sam, knows Barris is the only guy who runs with Sam to try and even get the ball. He's the only guy who's in the play to begin with because they have to simplify everything. Sam's just not, he's not processing or he doesn't quite understand what he sees at this point. So receivers, they kind of run the routes, the lazy routes. Sam scrambles. Nobody really kind of runs towards him. Barrios kind of turns course. He does a great job there. But I'd like to see, if we could stay in the pocket a little more. We don't have to roll out every time. Okay. Just slide. You have to roll out and try to just slide, get stable, and see what your field vision looks like. It's just always, get out of the pocket or stay in the pocket. He doesn't quite move around in the pocket very much. I mean, I understand there's a lot going on, but you just slide to the left and see what you have. If you have to break out and abandon, you break out, but just at least see what you have there. Okay, he takes a look right, doesn't see what he likes. Wouldn't be nice, a little bit behind Barris, but it's not the end of the world. I'm going to fast forward to the fourth quarter, 14-9 left, 1st and 10. Jets get the ball back after field goal by the Chiefs. Again, there's another situation where Sam's got to be more patient in the pocket. He's got to sit there and he's got to play in the pocket. He can't just escape anytime there's noise and the pocket's not clean. He just needs to hang in there, because it leaves a lot of yards on the table, a lot of opportunities. So we're going to watch. We have primary action being the left side. You're going to watch. We're going to have another route combination where the guy on the outside goes deep. We're going to have a guy who's going to come off and kind of lay in the flat, but there's a little bit of pressure. And he just escapes. He's got to step up. There's a pocket there. There's a pocket where he can kind of sit and survey. But we don't see that. We just see him escape the pocket. Then you want to look. You want to watch. You have Griffin who's out there in the flat all by his lonesome. Let's check it out again. Okay, so Sam is looking. Griffin, the receivers are being taken upfield or by the vote sign. Griffin's about to make a move. The linebacker in front of Griffin is still kind of looking at the Darnold in the backfield. Makes his move. Have some patience. Have anticipation. See where you know where you guys going to go on the route. That's the issue again. Is when you see that linebacker flat-footed, you know that everything's cleared out. Your boy Griffin's going to be open there on the left flat. He takes a shot. He doesn't take a shot. He just kind of rolls with it. Doesn't he just tries to squeeze it in there. So he's throwing to where guys are. He's not throwing to where they're going to be. That's just a vision issue. That's just an issue of visualization and understanding play where you're knowing where your guys are going to be, and then based on what the defenders do, you just throw the ball. Yeah, that's what you see. That's where you see the great quarterbacks get to that point where they understand the concepts to the point where, okay, I see that linebacker's just sitting there flat-footed. I know my guy's going to be out on the left flat. I just fling the ball. I could do that. You don't have to look and do that half the time. So it's just, is that coaching? Is that just instinct? It's a combination of things, and they just have to figure this thing out, and that's for sure. Okay, last one. I'll put you out of your misery. 14 minutes left, fourth quarter on the 20. It's 3rd and 10. Okay, another 3rd and long situation. We get comfortable. We should get comfortable with these, but apparently we're going to see a lot of the 3rd and 10 situations. Here again, Sam's got to know where his guys are going to be. He has to be able to read where the defensive members are going to be. So here's again, he gets a little bit of heat and just evacuates the pocket. So we're going to go back. This is a play he actually gets hurt on, so it makes it even more painful. But he's got to learn that when he has a situation, they load up the box because they know he's not going to, they know he is not that good in handling pressure and diagnosing where to go with the ball on the hot read, or at least even to just slide around in the pocket. So they understand that they bring the pressure, he's going to flee. So, that is what's going to happen. Again, looking left, he's probably looking deep. He should see on the left side, he's got a man step for his guy on the outside. And there's someone just sitting waiting for the next receiver to go to his route. But then we have Smith breaking out toward the flat, and that flat is a great place, but they don't go there very often. There's no one who's going to be there. It's impossible. And this and Sam's read has got to be based on that. What is the corner and the safety doing? And you could just see that with one. There was also if you go back, and we'll see that the defender on the other side. I think it's the safety who walks up. He comes in on the safety blitz. So you have 3-on-3. He comes in, it's 3-on-2. Smith is wide open. He just scrambles as usual. And this is the play he gets injured on because he doesn't slide. He just takes off, and he's got to protect himself. This is, it's tough, but he's a great guy. It's not playing with the kind of, above the neck skills that we need for a guy right now to deliver any kind of future. And so hopefully, they can get some of the stuff worked out. He can get caught up to speed with a lot of the little things that he's missing. But it looks like the guy who's been in the league this long, he's got to know some of this stuff. You look at this. You have your safety coming through. That should be, if you're looking toward the left anyway, keep your eye on that safety. If that guy's stepping up there, he's creeping up. If he comes, you're going to have 16 wide open as long as the safety taking the second receiver in the slot. I guess that's Berrios. That safety taking him is backpedaling. He's not anywhere near the plate. You have the flat wide open. So you have to pull the trigger on that and throw with anticipation. And a lot of times Sam just has to wait and see his guy and throw the ball to him. And what they always say is, if you're throwing the ball to the guy when he's there, it's too late. So hopefully, this has helped out, just giving a little bit of context in terms of what's going on with the Jets, what I see, and hopefully some of these things can get cleaned up.